Hello, Dolly friends, and also crafty friends, or those who like stationery and other paper goodies. Happy New Year! I wanted to show you all what I'm going to be using this year to journal. There are so many different ways of journaling or having a planner, and this year I'm going to be doing bullet journaling again. And I've done that previously, but the past couple years I'd been using a regular planner just from a regular store here in the US. I've also used a Hobonichi Techo, the Traveler's Notebook, and also a Jibun Techo, which is another Japanese brand. But this year I'm going to be using this Notebook Therapy journal. I got this in 2022 actually, and I was going to use it as a tea journal, but I never really got around to doing that. I decided to do it in another little notebook. But this is a beautiful cloth covered notebook. It has the dot grid on the inside that makes it very easy to make customizable layouts. This beautiful holographic edge, and this notebook is called A Cup of Galaxy, and it is the Suki line. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up some of the initial pages, and let's turn around and do the camera view down at the table. Okay, before we get into my new notebook, I want to show you what I was using this year. So this is just a spiral strawberry planner, and it's not really anything special. It has tabs for all the months and then kind of like a horizontal layout for the days of the week. Well, it has a calendar spread, and then just kind of, it just kind of looks like this. But I didn't really write anything very special in here. I mean, it has this cute page, in a world full of trends, I want to remain a classic. I put a little strawberry shortcake sticker there. But I don't even know if I'm going to keep this. I might just recycle it. There's not really anything in here that was like very inspiring. It was just basically events and things that I needed to do. And so I've had notebooks in the past that have way more cute things in them, where I kind of felt inspired and wrote more than just, things that needed to be done. And this is like a Hobonichi Techo planner, and I think I've used this size twice, and you can see like I've kept stubs and business cards from other businesses, ticket stubs from flights. So this is something that I would more likely keep, and it comes with a cover that I can also use again. So that's a Hobonichi Techo. This is my Leuchtturm notebook. It's a German brand, and I think I used this for 3 years because I wasn't doing any kind of artsy spreads. I have like a yearly spread here where I wrote out all of the months, and this is actually from 2016, so 10 years ago. And I have some goals that I wanted to do for the year, and then I just started right out in January and did the days with the day of the week next to it, morning, afternoon, and evening, and then some things that I wanted to do for the week. So that's one example of a spread. I did a planning challenge on Instagram back in 2016. This right here is a series of poses for light on yoga, Iyengar yoga. So I was kind of trying to get back into yoga then. And then here's a habit tracker for January 2016, and I have all of the habits that I want to do, along with the day of the week and the actual date. And then X means that I did it. I I have yoga here, and so the X means I did some kind of yoga, and B means I did Bikram yoga. So this is something that I can look back on and see, you know, what I've done. And then I also did 3 different things to be grateful for each day. So when I go back and read these things, I can actually see like what I was thankful for. And here is some things that I decided to write down for certain days of the week. But again, I didn't do like a weekly spread every week. It was just particular days. Here's another like weekly thing. And then we move on to February. Well, this is something that's kind of inspiring for this year. There's some doodles, teacups, and ribbons. I might be doing some tea bag and teacup theme spreads for this coming year. But again, this was a Leuchtturm notebook that served me well over 10 years ago. So let's get into the notebook that I'm going to be using this year. Again, it's Notebook Therapy. They are, I believe, based in the UK, but they're inspired by East Asian aesthetics. And maybe these books are printed in China. I'm not really sure. I think they are. But again, here is the notebook. It's called A Cup of Galaxy. And so here's the first page. See, I started it 2/22/2022, but did I actually write anything in here? No, it's completely blank. Again, it's the Tsuki Cup of Galaxy edition. There's this lovely holographic edges of the pages. And then in the back, it says, sip on the sparkles, explore the star-filled universe in your mind. And there is a little pocket here. And when I bought this notebook, I also bought the matching Tea Party Collection washi tape. Now this washi tape is so adorable. Navy blue, indigo, and blue are some of my favorite colors. So you have like this fun Segaha wave print, some small circle stickers with galaxy themes. Also, there's some tea themes. Stars, teacups, and then this particular roll is kind of like a postage stamp size that you can rip off. So I'm going to be using this to decorate some of the pages. So we'll put this aside. But that's the Tsuki Tea Party collection. It also came with these kind of washi stickers, but they are adorable. I also pulled out all of the markers that I think that I will be using, and I like these colorways. So all of my blues, and then some highlights of yellow, and then also brown. So that's what I'm going to be using. Also, I have this Lamy Safari mid-nib pen. So that will be my pen for this notebook. Hopefully it will dry quick enough if I have to write a lot, but we'll see. It also came with this little moon bookmark. The actual notebook also has, I think, two ribbons, or is it just one ribbon? Okay, 2 cream colored ribbons. So let's get started. with the pages that I want to put in here. So I've decided to decorate this front initial page with some washi tape and stickers. These are my special washi scissors that I don't use for anything else. And I have these happy planner stickers that I used when I was trying to inspire myself when I wrote a cookbook. Yeah, I am a cookbook author, so they kind of match the same theme. They're blue with inspirational quotes that have like a little bit of a metallic sheen. So it says, if you believe in yourself, any dream is possible. So I think I'm going to take this and put it over this part here to cover up that 2022 started. And we'll just put that there. That. I think I would like to use one of these stickers. Really like this cake. Some more washi tape up there. Then I have one more sticker to put on. It says, "You're doing amazing." This is a little bit, this is a little bit crooked. So if you mess up, you can always try to straighten things out again. No big deal. There, it's a little bit straighter. So there's the initial first page. Okay, this is the initial setup of just the inside cover. And now we're going to start working on this page here. And I want this to be a yearly calendar page. And I'm probably not going to do it on video because I am not a fast writer or a drawer, but I also wanted to share with you kind of my ideas that I wanted to have in this bullet journal before I get to the monthly pages. So I wanted to have a 2026 page and also a yearly calendar, an about me page that just talks about who I am and kind of the things that I like right now. Also a habit tracker that is like a year in pixels, a bookshelf that just has a cute bookshelf, and then I can write down the books that I've read as I've read them, and maybe a bingo page, and then also a Blythe or toy purchases page, anything that I might have bought this year in relation to my dolls or toys. And when I get to the monthly pages, I want to have a tea of the month because I subscribe to Magic Hour, which is a tea company, and also a 50th birthday page. And that is how young I will be this year. So I'm going to work on the 2026 page and also the yearly calendar page, and I'll show you when I'm done. So maybe you're not the best drawer of numbers. Here's something that can help you. I just went into Canva and I typed 2026 in 2 rows, and I just printed it out. I had measured my kind of paper here. It was 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters, and that's what I put in the program, and I printed it out. So I'm going to cut it out and put it here on the page. So here's how that 2026 page turned out, and next to it I did a yearly calendar page that I wrote out by hand, and I don't really feel like I would want to do this again. I don't think I really want to write out all of these months again, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing if I need a month again. So I was able to get 2 of these calendars on one just regular sheet of paper. So I'm going to cut these out and make a future log with 3 spaces on each page. So there'll be 3 months on this side, 3 months on this side, and then the next set of pages will have another 3 months and another 3 months. So 12 complete months as a future log. So here's what the future log looks like. I have the 12 months that I cut out, and for each month I put it in there, and next to Saturday I've written the actual week of the year. So there's 52 weeks that will be next to each week, and then I have put a square around an event, and then whenever there's a birthday I put a circle. So I have 4 pages, and then at the top I have The Future Depends on What You Do Today by Mahatma Gandhi, and the other page has Live Quietly in the Moment and See the Beauty of All Before You. The Future Will Take Care of Itself by Yogananda. Here is my 26 Snippets About Me page for 2026. And I've included a lot of information. Maybe it looks a little bit busy, but I wanted to fill out these pages, and I've kept basically my dark blue indigo motif, and I'm really happy with it. So I just wanted to show that sometimes mistakes happen, and I was writing out the dates for January, and I accidentally forgot to write number 13, so I was wondering why the days were not matching up with the date. So then I tried to use a white Posca marker to color over my my Safari Lamy blue ink, and it didn't work. So what I'm going to do, so I don't have to rip out these pages, is use a little bit of sticker label to cover over that, and then we will rewrite the date. So this is my January layout for the month, and I have the day and date on this side with the weekends highlighted. And then on this side, I have just a place where I can jot down some notes. And I also have this lovely quote by Mary Oliver that says, "Snow was falling so much like stars filling the dark trees that one could imagine its reason for being was nothing more than prettiness." And it has been snowing a lot here in upstate New York. Currently right now, the snow is covering all the ground in the trees, and it looks very beautiful. And I would have to say that when it snows, it's probably my favorite time in the winter. And so I put that lovely quote there. And then here I plan to write some personal things I want to do this month, along with some stuff for business. And then January is kind of when I'll need to finish doing a lot of the initial pages. I wanted to go ahead and get this page in so I could start writing down things for January, because if I don't get this in and I just work on the front part of the book, then it'll be February and I won't have anything done. Then I just have this one box here for fun. I haven't decided if I'm going to do 3 gratitudes per day like I've done in the previous some of my previous journals, but I'm just glad that this part's done so that I can start doing things in January. But hopefully this will all be filled up and I'll be able to have the majority of it done by the time February comes. Here's a cozy little cover page that I made for the beginning of January. It has a cute girl sitting with Shiba Inu. Again, that's one of my favorite animals, having a cozy cup of tea, or you could think of it as hot cocoa, but no hot cocoa for dogs. But anyway, with a lovely winter window outside with an evergreen tree and blue mountains and snow-covered landscape. I would say these are one of my favorite things about winter time, is drinking a warm cup of tea, all nice and cozy inside while looking at the beautiful landscape outside. And this is going to be just the cover page for the beginning of January. I like to keep a piece of paper handy just to try out different fonts and also to test out my markers. I am trying not to buy any new planning or any kind of new markers or stationery for a while, and so I had to test out some markers that I hadn't used in a couple years, and so that's what I use this for. But anyway, I hope that your January goes smoothly and you can take a break. I don't think it's actually the best time of year to start something new, but it is what it is. I'm actually not doing this until after January 5th. And so I started planning this whole thing after January 5th, but that's okay. So I could take a little bit of a break. And I have done a future log, and I have set up all of these other pages that I want to do some more trackers and things. And I left a lot of blank pages before January. Oh, here's one that I want to do. It's about my dog. Track what kind of dog food he's eaten this year, when he went to the vet, when he took both of his medications, and special toys and purchases that I've made for him. So he's gonna get this 2-page spread. I also wanted to do a page about my Blythe purchases, both the doll and also clothing and other toy or doll purchases, so that I can keep track and maybe reduce my spending this year. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and maybe as the year progresses, I will share a little bit more. Take care.